My primary concern is that if there is a second wave, which some are expecting, and we're seeing some evidence of that in other states that have fully reopened, the legislature is not in a position to come back and meet quickly to deal with those issues. So I am definitely concerned with that, especially if we are going to adjourn a week from today and not be able to pass any legislation to deal with the second wave. The other primary concern I have is that it eliminates the existing executive orders which are protecting a lot of people. Namely, I believe it's 2054, where there can be no discrimination against someone wearing a mask. You can't retaliate against someone that feels they need to work from home. So I'm incredibly worried about the people that feel they are at risk or know they are at risk, have an underlying health condition that's listed in the executive order, or is a senior that's worried that they're in that high-risk population, that they would be required to go back to work. And maybe in some cases, they don't want people to wear PPE. Maybe that's not what the business wants to do. And I know most aren't going to do that, but there may be a situation that arises where someone is put at risk and that executive order is completely eliminated and people don't have protection. So they could potentially be fired just for trying to protect themselves and their family. I know there's a number of other executive orders that are doing things to protect people as well, including a lot of the guidelines. As you see from the graphs, we are trending downward in the number of cases each day, and I think that's a good thing. Obviously, that is what we're working towards. And so, if we're going to change to something, if we're going to eliminate the emergency order, then I think the legislature needs to do the work to protect people and keep our state down the right path. And so, if the legislature is willing to continue to stay and meet and respond to this crisis, then I would vote to end the emergency power. But if we're not going to do that, we're just going to do this first and not do any of the work that we need to do to sustain some of these emergency executive orders, then I can't vote for this. So I would urge members in this body to consider those factors as we move forward. If we are going to end the emergency order, then we've got to do the work. If we're not going to do the work, then it doesn't make any sense to have no one working on limiting the spread of COVID. So thank you, Mr. President.